In the meantime, if we can have all the interpreters translating at the same time, just to make sure that everything is working fine. So I'm just using this one also to check that everything is okay. En français, en anglais, n'importe. Mesdames et messieurs, merci d'être avec nous pour cette conférence de presse suivant l'Assemblée générale ordinaire de la CAF, ici à Addis Ababa. C'est un réel plaisir de vous recevoir dans cette enceinte pour cet événement spécial. There is no. Tanou? Tanou, Tanou, tu peux te rapprocher de la scène, s'il te plaît? Merci. Alors, nous allons rappeler très rapidement les chaînes pour la traduction, l'interprétation. Chaîne 1, ce sera le français. Chaîne 2, ce sera l'anglais. Chaîne 3, l'arabe. Chaîne 4, le portugais. Et enfin, chaîne 4, l'amharique. Voilà, donc les médias sont invités à poser leurs questions dans la langue qui leur sied le mieux. Ce sera soit le français, l'anglais, l'arabe, le portugais ou l'amharique. C'est bon? C'est pas... J'en appelle au même moment. Je pense qu'ils sont prêts. Ils viennent, ils sont en train. Ils sont là. Ils sont là.
Okay. Where is it? Go on. Yeah. Where are the vice presidents? I don't think they know. Did somebody tell them? I'm told this press conference is going to be a quick press conference, and will allow you to ask. But did somebody tell them? No, you don't think so. I don't think they know. Yeah, okay. I think we're going to start in the meantime. They'll join us as we move forward. You can hold it, it's fine, thanks. Or if, yeah. Okay, thank you so much. Sorry, ik kan kampan tu kapel. Let me just. You know, they say I have to. Okay.
1, 2. Hello?
Yes. It's, we're going to have a quick press conference, and I think part of the purpose of the press conference is to allow those of you who've got questions to do so. Let me just make a few quick remarks. The first is to say that I am so grateful on behalf of the 54 nations that are members of CAF, very grateful to our Prime Minister, Abiy, and our President of Ethiopia for hosting us in the most compassionate, the most loving, the most African manner. Ethiopia is the home for all of us. Every time I get off the aeroplane when I'm in Ethiopia and people say, welcome to Ethiopia, I said, don't say welcome to Ethiopia, say welcome home. And the reception has been so warm. And I will tell you what I told President Abiy, Prime Minister Abiy yesterday, that we are very excited about the intention of Ethiopia to submit their proposal to host the AFCON 2029, and we wish them all of the best. And we will be opening the tender process. EXCO will still talk first and identify an appropriate period, because we've got AFCON 2025 next year in Morocco, 25-26, and then we've got 2027 in Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda. So we will, this country's got a proud football history. And it's a great honor to be here and to host our 46th Ordinary General Assembly in one of the most beautiful countries and one of the most beautiful cities, not just in Africa, but in the world. We had lots of very good discussions, and there'll be a press conference indicating the decision. A statement will be released to the media indicating the decisions we took. But the aim of CAF still stays the same, to make African football amongst the best in the world. We are making good progress, and we recognize that we have to win on the field of play. There's good progress that is being made. Both Morocco and Egypt in the recent Olympics did very well. And of course, a major achievement for us that makes us proud is Morocco's qualification to the FIFA, to the semi-finals of the FIFA World Cup in Qatar last year. Just 1 minute. Will you go and check for Yaya? Somebody went to look for him. Yeah. Because I mean, we should have made these announcements there to call all of the vice presidents so that they're here. Okay, as I said, in the press statement we'll indicate the decisions that were taken. But as I said, the bottom line is the financial position of CAF is in its best possible position and will improve even better. A huge amount of the success in CAF and in African football, we've had a lot of successes, but I think the successes will be even more significant over the next 3 to 4 years, because part of our job, of the current leadership, is to lay a foundation that other future leaders can build on, and we are privileged to be part of a legacy building team. So I think what I thought I would do is allow you to ask whatever questions you want, and then I've got my vice presidents here, and I want to thank my Vice President Sengo for the good work that he's doing, Vice President Waberi, as well as Madame Kanizar and Vice President Seidu. So let's allow people to, members of the media to ask whatever questions they want, and just introduce yourself and indicate which country you're from. Okay? Any questions? Thank you. Can you pass the mic around?
If you can identify yourself, there's a roving microphone there. I think we go to Nazim first. Sorry, President. Yeah. Nazim. Maybe we should start at home, Nazim, before you. Home, Ethiopian journalist. If you can identify your media house, and then we go on. Thank you.
Where's the volume?
Mic check.
Nobody? Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
I'm Noai from national media, Ethiopian Broadcasting Corporation.
My apologies. Can you
Ethiopia.
just speak louder because there's competition? Just speak as loud as you can.
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Noai from Ethiopian Broadcasting Corporation. First of all, I would like to say thank you for this opportunity, not only for the government or the Ethiopian Football Federation, but also for the journalists here in Ethiopia. So my questions are, do you think it is possible for Ethiopia to host the
Is it possible
for Ethiopia to host the African Cup of Nations 2029?
Is it
Your
possible?
view? Yeah. Do you think is it possible? If it is possible, Ethiopia can host 2029 African Cup of Nations. What will be your support in football development for Ethiopia?
Oh, my apologies. You say, what will my support be?
In football development, what will be your support?
Yeah.
Not only infrastructure, but also the national team should be strong.
Very good question.
Yeah.
Very good question.
The other question is, and also the final one, as I have heard in the previous General Assembly, CAF is successful in recent revenues in the recent years, but still the member nations are struggling to generate income. So what is your support for
very good
nations?
questions, eh?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I mean, just you are not late for your flight, yeah. Thank you so much for coming, and I know that they said that you'll be late for your flight. We'll tell the pilots to wait for you. You're a family member. Very good questions. Number one is, I must say I'm very proud of Prime Minister Abiy. Very, very proud. And I'm also proud of the passion, the love that he has for football. And he took us around. He was driving yesterday to show us all of the investments that he has made and that the people of Ethiopia have made in football development. And really, I am proud of the decision by Ethiopia to submit the bid, because I know that there's already about 13 countries, 13, and many heads of states have spoken to me to say, we want AFCON 2029. I encourage the government of Ethiopia, the Football Federation, to when the EXCO is going to take a decision, and at the right time for them to submit their proposal. I must say, what also makes me proud is just the warmth and the hospitality with which all of our guests were received, because that's a beautiful memory. And so when I was talking to Prime Minister Abiy, and he said to me, and you know what? And I'm going to invest in football development enormously. Get some of the top players, young players, get some of the football federation. I was taken around to see the infrastructure with my vice president. And so I must just say, as the president of CAF, we will look at every proposal with ethics, with governance, and with fairness. But I am so proud of this country and the people of this country and this football history. Remember, Ethiopia was a founder member of CAF. And so I encourage them to submit and we will, at the right time, look at their proposal. And you also raised an important point, that for us, the success of football is what happens in Ethiopia, what happens in every country in Africa. We're making success in some countries, in others we are not making the success that we would like to. But I think Ethiopia is blessed to have a prime minister and a president and a government led by our prime minister who loves football, is committed, is an action-orientated leader. So the future of Ethiopian football looks bright. And I wish Ethiopia all of the very best with their submission for AFCON 2029, and the decisions that we will take as CAF, as I said, will be ethical, will be based in terms of the CAF statutes and regulation. Any other question? Yeah. Now, I'm going to do something that's a bit different. I'm going to ask my vice presidents as well to get ready to answer some of the questions. I mean, they are very experienced and have been in football for many years. So I'm going to sit and relax, and I will make them ask all the difficult questions, and I'll answer the easy ones. And okay. But with your permission, I'm going to. Yeah. Okay. So you'll help us. Yeah. Yeah. So you said you want.
If we can go to the back, and then we'll come back to local media in a bit. Just go to my dear brother Nazim from Algeria.
And I just want to say that the translation, we've got a good translation service, so you can speak in any language you like, including Chinese.
Bonjour, Nazim Bessol du quotidien Botola, Algérie. Je vais essayer d'être précis et court pour vous faire gagner du temps. Vous avez répondu à Nairobi à la question de Mamadou Gaye. Je vous avais posé la même question au Chan en Algérie. On a entendu la réponse. Aujourd'hui, pouvez-vous nous dire si vous êtes oui ou non, juste par oui ou non, candidat pour un autre mandat, puisque vous avez présidé aujourd'hui la dernière assemblée de ce mandat-là?
Very good question. And I answer it the way I've always done. The day I became president of CAF, part of my job was to make sure that if 3 days after I'm president, a bus knocks me down, and I don't know, I've got really excellent leadership, and that's partly why I was saying that you will hear them. I'm not going to answer any question anymore now. I'll leave it to them. I've got an excellent first vice president, Augustine Senghor, world class. I've got a world class, excellent second vice president, our brother Yahya from Mauritania. Third vice president, absolutely excellent. Ethiopia is his home. He's from Djibouti, Suleiman. So when we were walking with the prime minister, and the prime minister kept saying to him, yeah, this is Patrice's home because Ethiopia is the home of all of us. This country has got incredible people. And our third vice president also was being recognized that we are all one people, we're Africans. And I've got an excellent fourth vice president from Cameroon, enormously experienced and very wise. And then we've got, I also always leave the best for last, Madame Kanizao, world class. So with your permission, I'm going to relax now. Ask all your questions. I'm going to take 5 questions. And each of the vice presidents will answer all of those questions. Next question.
I think we come this way, this side, President. If we can come to the gentleman there, please. There we go. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. I have 2 questions. The first one is that when do you dream that the African continent will win the World Cup? When do you dream that?
Yeah, I know what you're saying is when will they win?
Yeah.
Very good.
The second
and Ethiopia must also see themselves as winning the World Cup. Not win AFCON, but also win the World Cup.
Yeah, Ethiopia means that's the member of AFCON, I know that. The second question is that this African Under-20 tournament was assigned the former CAF president, Mr. Idnakacho Tasema, but because of some reason, it's not mentioned today. If you have anything you know that, please introduce me.
My apologies, just repeat the question. Repeat it.
Under-20 African Cup of Nations was assigned by former Ethiopian CAF president, Mr. Idnakacho Tasema. But today there is no anything about that.
Waberi, you will answer when the time comes. Answer that one. Write it down. Thank you so much for those questions. And Veron knows what's going to happen in the future, and he'll give you the exact date when an African nation will win the World Cup. But I'm clear that it's going to happen. Next question.
If we can stay this side, and then afterwards we'll come back to Sierra Leone. Just another question there. The gentleman behind, yes? And then we'll come back to Sierra Leone in front.
Thank you, President.
Yeah.
Thank you, President, for coming to Ethiopia. My name is Mehret Abzogdu. I'm from Global Media and Entertainment. My questions are, what are the main strategies of CAF implementing the development of grassroots and youth football in Africa? The first.
The second. The first one is youth football.
Yes.
What is the CAF strategy for youth football? Eh?
Yeah, what are the strategies?
Well, better you take that one. Write it down, write it down. The question is, what are the CAF, you must write it down because you've already got one. What are the, he's our chairman of the youth, so he's the, absolutely perfect there. What are the CAF strategies to develop youth football? Is that correct?
Yes, that's
okay.
right.
Number two?
The other is, how does CAF plan to ensure financial transparency and accountability of its management and resources?
And resources. Madam, my vice president will deal with that because it's all dealt with in the statutes.
Okay. The third question, what steps are being taken to improve the captiveness and infrastructure of African footballs?
Yeah, what steps are CAF taking to help with the development of infrastructure?
Yes, to improve the captiveness and the infrastructure of African football.
Thank you. So, Vice President, you've got two questions. Next.
Could I add one more, please?
No.
Because you are Ethiopian, you can add once more.
Okay, thank you. What are the plans to develop women's football all over the African, and what do you plan for Ethiopian in assisting the infrastructure developments? Thank you.
Thank you. Madam Kaniza, he was asking about what are CAF's plans to develop women's football. So write it down and then you'll answer that. Thank you so much. Next question.
We'll come to Sierra Leone in front. Ready?
Good afternoon. I'm Alhaji Dauda Musa Bangura, publisher of the Owl newspaper, Sierra Leone. Sir, we want to say thanks for the visa-free for us. And also, we made mention about integrity. And now that you have provided or approved the budgeting support.
Approved which support?
The budgeting support to member states. What mechanism have you put in place to ensure the proper utilization of these funds?
Very good question.
And secondly, what should we expect in Morocco next year?
Very good. I'm going to ask Yaya to deal about what should they expect. I'm going to ask my brother Yaya to answer the question, what should they expect about football in Morocco next year? And Veron, the first, you want to deal with that. And what was the first question about?
Increasing subventions.
Okay. So Veron will answer the first question, okay? Proceed. Next question.
We'll go to the lady. There we go. Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Nura from Ethiopian Broadcasting Corporation. My question is, especially most zonal president on also their federation have one question. The question is especially for the distribution of host countries in terms of zones, like East Africa, West, also Southern Africa. Did you think that they have equal distribution for host nations? Do you believe this?
My apologies. Just you say the big question is just repeat what you said.
The distribution of host countries.
The description.
Yeah, distribution.
Or the distribution.
The chance.
Of the
host nations in terms of zones.
CAF competitions.
Yeah.
Brilliant question.
Thank you.
The chairman of Sado, you had the question.
Let's clear my question. Some zonal federations presidents, they have a question that the equal distribution of the competition chances. So
that's a very good question.
Yeah.
Because that's why we brought the AFCON 2027. Yeah. She wants to know, we have to give every nation. I mean, Ethiopia hasn't hosted AFCON since 1976. The last time Ethiopia hosted AFCON, in fact, was 74. So just think about it. The last time Ethiopia hosted the AFCON was in 1974. And 76. You see, now we've got an authority there. Thank you so much. You see, this is why people think the president of CAF is smart. It's because he's got people like him around. You know, some people say 74 and he corrects 76. So we have to circulate. We've got to give every zone an opportunity to host CAF competitions, because we have to develop football in Africa in all our member associations. So that's a brilliant question. You had a question, Seydou. Thank you. Next question.
If we can go to Haitem.
Bonjour, s'il vous plaît, question pour Monsieur le secrétaire général, Monsieur Véron. Monsieur Véron, ce dernier jour, vous êtes au centre d'une polémique. Vous avez quelque chose à dire ou pas?
Sorry, just repeat what the question was.
Monsieur le secrétaire général, ces derniers jours, il est au centre d'une polémique. Je ne veux pas rentrer dedans dans les détails. Si lui, il a quelque chose à dire ou nous dire qu'est-ce qui se passe.
Yeah, no, I'll answer that. You want to answer that? Okay, you can answer that. But let me just say that I have total confidence as the CAF president in the integrity, in the ethics of the Secretariat led by our Secretary General. And having said that, whatever allegations and issues that may be raised, because we are an organization that believes in ethics, that believes in transparency, we will follow that process. And we have some of the best people, every single one of the leaders that we have in CAF, a secretariat, are people that I've got lots of confidence in. And we have a duty.
Sorry, Haitem, we don't work that way.
Yeah, okay. So that's what I'm saying. That's why, and he will add because he says he wants to add as well, which is fine. But we've got a duty of making sure that those ethics and governance I spoke about are not just respected but adhered to. And I'm confident that what will come out of those findings will indeed emphasize the integrity of this organization. But he'll make comment as well as he deems appropriate. Next.
Okay, if we can go to Mamadou. Sorry, we go to Mamadou, and then afterwards we come back to local media this side. We have to try and rotate to give equal.
Okay, my name is Guy Mamadou from Supersport. I would like to ask the President, how much do you appreciate the fact that most of the CAF competition or event are taking place in Morocco? Is it because other African countries don't raise their hands? What is the issue? And the second one is about the stadium. We've seen that many African countries are playing their game outside their country. Is CAF going to come hard to ban them or sanction them? Because I believe that all our states have enough money to at least have one stadium. Like in Ivory Coast, couple of games took place there, in Morocco as well. Those are my two questions. Thank
Very
you.
good questions, Mamadou. Excellent. And I'm going to quickly get them out of the way because they're important. At the EXCO meeting, I want every zone to host a competition. Very important, because we've got 6 zones and we have to develop football in all of them. And I would also want some of our countries to come forward and express an interest to host all of our events. Part of the problem I have is all of these competitions that lose money, that are difficult. For example, we're not talking about the women's futsal. We're talking about futsal for men. It costs a nation that hosts that millions and millions of dollars. And some of the countries, they don't want to bid for that, either because they don't have, they don't have futsal, or their futsal is still new, whether for men or for females. So the other competition is women's football. Women's football is critically important. Youth football, one of the best investments we can make in African football is to invest in our youth. I'm so proud to see how the schools football has really succeeded, because some of those young boys and girls will be the future Drogbas, the future Yaya Toure, the future Salah and Sadio Mane and many others. So you find that in the women's football as well, Morocco is the only one. Morocco is the only one. Some help, but Morocco is the only one, because in some of these you lose money, and I emphasize over and over again that I would like to see many other countries submit their proposal. I'm happy that we've got 13 countries. I'm excited that there are 13 countries that have already said. I've had about 7 heads of state. I was at the United Nations during the United Nations General Assembly, and I saw about 19. Many of them said to me they want to discuss business, they want me to invest in their countries. But when I went to them, they spent 90% talking about football, which is wonderful. My apologies. They say to me they want to talk about football. And when I see them, they spend 95% talking about why they think I must come and invest in their countries to create jobs. And of course, it's as Africans, we are in 38 countries in Africa because we love this continent. So I'm just saying very briefly, Mamadou, in some of these competitions, Morocco is the only one, and I have to move on. The others are coming. And the second question he asked was, I was saying in Kenya, there is nothing that I shouldn't say there's nothing, but it really frustrates me immensely that there are some countries who do not play their football in their own nation. And having said that, we are making progress. You can't, the Ethiopian nation loves football. Loves football. The Ethiopian national team has a proud history. The football clubs I know from Ethiopia is St. George and Kofi. These are world-class teams. They should be playing here. The talent here is enormous. I know a player who plays from Ethiopia, who plays for Mamelodi Sundowns, which is a family club. He's one of the most popular Abubakar Nasser. But they kick him all the time. Because they know he's dangerous, they kick him. They shouldn't kick him. Allow him. He's a gift, special player. And there are many more in this country. So I am confident that, Mamadou, you've asked a very important question. We are making progress, and many of the countries that didn't have stadiums are now helping with the stadiums. We don't want a single nation, not one nation, must not be without a stadium that's at the CAF and FIFA standards. And we'll get there. It'll take time, but we'll get there. Now, I think there's a last question I'm going to answer.
If we can come this side, President.
Because that one, it's an important one. And of course, everybody shares it. Next.
If we can come this side, back to Ethiopia, President. I'll come to Kigali in a minute. And Annette will come to you in a minute.
Okay, thank you. My name is Hagos Aragai from Ethiopian Radio. You have been visited the infrastructure built by the Ethiopian government in Addis Ababa.
Yeah, so just put the mic nearer, thank you.
All right. How you found it? How did you see the infrastructure construction?
Good question.
The second question.
So I think, who was with me when we were driving with the president? Who was with me? You were with me?
Mr. President,
so you'll answer that question about...
I need your view.
My view?
Yeah, I need your
My
answer.
view is no different from the views of everybody here. They are my vice presidents.
All right.
So they speak for me and they speak for CAF. And it's just that, and they're as passionate and as emotional about what you are saying and about this country. this country, you know, let me tell you, I'm from South Africa. I grew up in South Africa. This country contributed towards our freedom at huge expense. My uncle spent many, many years here, was based here working for Mandela's organization. So there's a deep emotional bond. And that's why I'm saying I'm proud. You ask, what about the stadiums? Any of the presidents will answer perfectly because they feel for Ethiopia what I feel. Continue.
Okay, my second question, fighting racism was mentioned by FIFA in this General Assembly. How CAF work on it?
How CAF?
How CAF is working on it.
Okay, you'll answer that question. He asked a question about, FIFA spoke about racism, and how is CAF working to implement that very important objective of zero tolerance of racism. Brilliant questions, thank you. Next.
If I can go to Kigali.
You know, if you are in any part of Africa, you know, we look the same. When I used to work in America, there were many Ethiopians in Washington, and they would say to me, you know, you look like you're Ethiopian. I said, the Ethiopians are too handsome for me to look like them. And of course, my wife agrees with them. The women are wonderful. The women all over Africa are wonderful. And of course, my wife is the best. Continue. Next.
All right, from Rwanda, Anne?
Thank you so much. I would just like to ask what new initiatives are CAF taking to accelerate the growth of women's football across Africa, sir.
Brilliant question. Madame Kaniza, you'll answer that. Next. We're going to finish quickly. Next, and then of course the answers will be short.
If we can
this
call
is the big benefit
the
of me
gentleman
not talking.
next to you. The gentleman next to you. Yeah. He's been raising his hand for a while.
And
sorry, the
all
speaker.
day.
Yeah, sorry. Please proceed.
Okay, thank you. My name is Hawario from the national media. Mr. President.
So, did you say the National Union of Mine Workers or just National Union?
The national media.
Or national media. There's an organization in South Africa called National Union of Mine Workers, so I work a lot with them. So I was worried, what are mine workers doing in Ethiopia? But there's national media. Please proceed.
Thank you. There are a lot of football fans in Ethiopia. We are a die-hard football fans. I believe you have given your feedback to the Prime Minister and to the President after viewing the infrastructures that have been constructing here in Addis Ababa. And I really want to know, do you think it is enough to host the 2029?
Brilliant question. Sengo will answer that, but I can tell you, I love the passion. I'm proud of Prime Minister Abiy as an African. I'm so proud because the energy, the enthusiasm, the passion, and the Ethiopian economy is one of the fastest growing economies, not just in Africa, but in the world. I know that because I meet with some of the most prominent businessmen in the world. And his love for football. And you talk about infrastructure. Absolutely. I leave here being more confident than ever before that he is going to work together with his government and the people of Ethiopia to make sure that those stadiums are world class. But Sengo will add because...
Yeah, okay. Anyways, we are really hoping to host for the AFCON 2029 because we are hoping to rebuild the nation through football.
You are hoping to?
Rebuild the nation through football. So
Beautiful.
What should Ethiopia do more?
You are now talking to my heart. And I must always remember, I'm president of CAF. I'm president of CAF. I have a duty to every one of the nations. And what I feel, I must keep it inside. And because I have to give, I've got to treat everybody fairly and justly.
Okay.
That's exactly what President Prime Minister Abiy said. We want to unite our people. Unite Ethiopians. Unite the people of this country through football. It makes me emotional. It's a beautiful, beautiful statement. But of course, the president of CAF must sidestep his emotions and focus on governance.
Okay, Going to my other questions, CAF has increased the annual subvention amount to the unions and to the national federations. More money means more doors opening for corruptions. So how...
More money
means more doors opening for corruption.
Opens more doors for corruption.
Yeah. How are you planning to
Sorry,
stop?
did you say more money opens more doors for corruption?
Yes. So we have heard on the General Assembly that CAF has zero tolerance policy on corruptions. What are the strategies on that? And to give emphasis on the case of racism, many African footballers are victims of racism and discrimination all over the world. So what is the plan on behalf of CAF to really give a strong view on that thing?
Okay,
thanks.
You'll take that as well, eh? Thank you very much. Brilliant questions. Excellent. Okay, what I suggest is let's start. I'm going to start. No. You're right. I'm going to start with President Senghor. Let him answer all of the beautiful questions, and then I go to President Yaya, and then I go to President Waberi, and then I go to our President. Okay, we'll start with
Merci, Président.
Merci, and with Madame Kanisa.
Nous allons donner la parole.
Sorry. I just want to put my translation. Thank you.
Je vais répondre d'abord à la dernière question du monsieur de la presse nationale qui dit que plus d'argent ouvre plus de portes à la corruption et qui veut savoir ce que la CAF compte faire. Et je pense que ça rejoint aussi une première question qui avait été posée concernant les questions d'éthique, de transparence. Et à ce niveau-là, je pense que tout le monde a pu voir que depuis bientôt 4 ans, la CAF s'investit dans ce domaine, essaie étape après étape de mettre en place un dispositif de gouvernance qui réponde simplement aux normes internationales du moment. Aujourd'hui, je pense que nous sommes une organisation qui est reconnue mondialement. Nous avons fait des avancées, nos compétitions sont devenues très populaires. Sur le plan marketing, nous nous développons et on sait qu'un des critères, je pense, dans le domaine de la gouvernance actuelle, pour les grandes organisations, c'est d'avoir des règles transparentes, mais aussi efficientes en termes de mise en œuvre par rapport à ce qui est question d'éthique, question de gestion financière. Et pour cela, non seulement des dispositions ont déjà été prises, mais il y a une batterie de mesures qui sont mises en place pour que, à terme, puisqu'on a aussi besoin de temps, pendant très longtemps, la CAF a été en retard dans ces domaines-là, pour qu'on puisse arriver à cela. Il y a des règles de transparence, des règles de bonne conduite. Il y a le code d'éthique qui va être mis en place. Mais il faut savoir aussi que, à l'image de ce qui se fait dans d'autres organisations du football, ces fonds dont vous parlez, et peut-être que c'est l'annonce qui a été faite et l'adoption qui a été faite, qui peut-être vous fait penser à cela, seront encadrés parce qu'il y a un programme qui est en chantier et dont vous entendrez bientôt parler au sein aussi bien de l'administration que de la commission légale, donc sous bien entendu la houlette du président Patrice Motsepe, pour encadrer la mise à disposition des fonds et leur utilisation par les fédérations. Et je pense que ce qui a été retenu, puisque c'est déjà dans le processus au niveau du comité, c'est le CAF Impact, qui constitue un programme qui permettra un peu de définir les modalités de mise à disposition des fonds et aussi la reddition de comptes. C'est important qu'après utilisation, toutes les associations nationales et toutes les entités bénéficiaires des fonds de la CAF puissent en rendre compte. Globalement, c'est ce que nous pouvons dire et vous dire simplement que dans l'avenir, vous pourrez rendre compte de l'efficience de ces mesures. Donc, c'est les deux points qui étaient retenus en ce qui me concerne pour répondre. Et ces deux ont été liés, donc je ne sais pas s'il y a une autre question qui m'était dévolue à laquelle je n'ai pas répondu. Donc sinon, Président, je vous retourne la parole.
Thank you so much, my brother Sengo. Really, you answered those questions excellent. Our brother Yaya, my second vice president.
Merci, Monsieur le Président. Je vais répondre aux questions qui ont été posées par, je crois, le journaliste de Sierra Leone et qui a posé, je crois, deux questions. La première était par rapport aux subventions accordées aux fédérations membres de la CAF. Ce qu'il faut noter, c'est que le président de la CAF, Dr Patrice Motsepe, avait proposé de doubler cette subvention accordée aux fédérations et qui a été proposée et qui a été entérinée aujourd'hui par l'Assemblée générale de la CAF. Et pour répondre à votre question précisément, c'est que la CAF contrôle bien le soutien qu'elle accorde aux fédérations par l'audit et elle exige la transparence. Et encore une fois, le message aussi qu'on peut transmettre, c'est qu'il faut savoir que le football coûte excessivement cher et que les fédérations en ont besoin. Et le président n'a pas arrêté de le dire. Son objectif est d'arriver à $1 million de subventions pour les associations membres, parce que parfois on peut se dire que c'est beaucoup d'argent, mais ce n'est jamais beaucoup d'argent par rapport aux exigences, aux attentes des footballeurs, des sportifs et des populations. De ce fait, oui, la CAF va continuer à aider selon les ambitions de son président et de son comité exécutif, mais aussi elle est intransigeante avec une tolérance zéro par rapport aux normes, par rapport à la bonne gouvernance et à la transparence et à la bonne gestion. Pour la deuxième question, elle était par rapport à la CAN au Maroc. Comme vous le savez aussi, la CAF, depuis quelques années, elle tend vers l'excellence. Elle exige que ces compétitions, que tous ces événements soient bien organisés. La preuve en est qu'aujourd'hui, on a connu ce congrès, cette assemblée générale aujourd'hui aux normes et aux classes mondiales, parce que ce sont les exigences de cette CAF, de son président, de son administration, de son comité exécutif. C'est valable pour toutes nos compétitions, pour tous nos événements, mais c'est encore plus important pour nous et on insiste là-dessus pour la compétition majeure qui est la CAN. Et là, on a connu tout dernièrement une CAN exceptionnelle en Côte d'Ivoire. Certes, le gouvernement de Côte d'Ivoire a mis les moyens et a grandement contribué, mais la CAF était là avec son cahier de charges exigeant et avec un suivi rigoureux pour avoir une CAN de ce niveau. Et on se félicite pour avoir connu la meilleure CAN qu'on n'a jamais connue dans notre histoire. Et avec plein de rebondissements, avec des résultats financiers et marketing exceptionnels. Et c'est ce qu'on veut avoir aussi avec la CAN au Maroc. On est sûr que ça sera une très belle CAN, que ça sera une fête pour tous les Africains, où tous les Africains sont conviés. Et on aura certainement des stades au standard mondial, parce qu'on le rappelle aussi, le Maroc est un pays qui est appelé à organiser la Coupe du Monde quelques années plus tard que la CAN. Donc on est sûr que ça sera une très belle fête où tous les Africains vont se retrouver pour continuer à avoir une meilleure CAN, on l'espère, une meilleure CAN que celle de Côte d'Ivoire, et continuer dans l'excellence. C'est l'exigence de la CAF et de son président. Pour la dernière question qui m'a été aussi accordée, c'est celle qui concerne le racisme. Pour nous, on est en Afrique, on est peut-être le continent qui souffre le plus du racisme ailleurs, parce qu'on a beaucoup de joueurs qui évoluent en Europe, et on est membre aussi de la FIFA. Tous les règlements du football sont les mêmes. L'instance fêtière du football mondial est la FIFA. On exige à partir de notre présence à la FIFA en tant que membre de son assemblée générale et on a aussi 6 membres au conseil de la FIFA que les mesures soient plus dures à chaque fois par rapport aux gens qui peuvent avoir des comportements ou tenir des propos racistes. Et on se félicite qu'il y a un nouveau règlement qui est encore plus dur, avec une tolérance zéro par rapport au racisme. Et on restera en éveil tout le temps, avec bien sûr que ce soit le président, son comité exécutif, toutes ces fédérations, par rapport à tout comportement qui peut tendre vers le racisme, parce que c'est tout simplement intolérable et l'Afrique, comme je vous l'ai dit, en souffre. Mais tant qu'on est unis et ensemble, on peut lutter contre ce racisme et on peut l'éradiquer définitivement les années à venir. Merci.
Merci beaucoup. Thank you. Excellent, magnifique. Thank you for the excellent manner in which you've responded. President Waberi.
Merci, Monsieur le Président. Bonjour tout le monde. La question qui nous a été posée concernant quelles sont les stratégies de la CAF pour le développement du football des jeunes. Comme vous le savez, sans le football des jeunes, il n'y a pas de football. Et conscient de cette problématique, la CAF a mis en place une stratégie très simple. Tirer le football du bas vers le haut. Pour cela, nous avons pris des mesures. Nous avons décentralisé d'abord l'organisation des compétitions des jeunes aux zones. Et nous avons créé de nouvelles compétitions. Par exemple, chaque année, vous le savez tous, chaque année on organise des compétitions I-15. Nous organisons aussi des compétitions au niveau scolaire. Et je voudrais remercier la Fondation Moussepe qui nous a permis d'organiser ces compétitions et qui Inch'Allah, qui va nous donner le futur talent de notre continent. Nous avons créé I-15, I-17. Nous avons actuellement I-20 et I-23. Nous avons bientôt créé aussi une compétition I-18 entre le I-17 et I-20, et entre le I-20 et le I-23, nous allons créer I-19. C'est pour cela, c'est pour donner nos jeunes plus de compétition. Quand on parle de développement des jeunes, il faut penser toujours aux compétitions. Si tu crées des équipes, mais tu ne donnes pas la chance de compétir, de jouer, les jeunes ne peuvent pas se développer. Donc la CAF, en décentralisant le football des jeunes au niveau des zones, en investissant, par exemple, le fonds que la CAF donne aux zones, il y a des critères. Il y a un des critères qui demande aux zones d'investir dans le football des jeunes et d'organiser régulièrement des compétitions des jeunes, mais aussi dans le football féminin, mais aussi au niveau de l'arbitrage. À partir de l'année prochaine, Inch'Allah, nous allons organiser aussi la compétition I-17 régulièrement chaque année. Comme vous le savez, la FIFA a augmenté le nombre d'équipes qualifiées pour la Coupe du Monde à 40 et la CAF aura 10 équipes qui vont se qualifier au tournoi final. Pour ça, nous avons pris aussi une mesure pour donner nos jeunes de jouer chaque année et de qualifier 10 équipes au niveau de la Coupe du Monde. Nous avons aussi décentralisé le football jeune, aussi limiter aussi le coût. Comme vous le savez, organiser des compétitions au niveau de la fédération, c'est trop lourd. Donc, pour que les fédérations, les associations nationales organisent régulièrement des compétitions, nous avons demandé à ce que le football des jeunes s'organise au niveau zonal. Et ça marche très bien. Et Inch'Allah, je suis persuadé que les années à venir, nous allons rattraper les écarts entre l'Europe et l'Afrique. Parce que l'Afrique, on a plus de talent, juste il faut donner les moyens et aussi des infrastructures pour qu'ils jouent régulièrement. Et c'est ce que nous sommes en train de faire. Et je voudrais remercier aussi, en ce sens, la vision de notre président de la CAF qui permet d'avoir plus de moyens. Parce que c'est lié. Le développement du football, il n'y a pas de secret. Si tu n'as pas de moyens, tu ne peux pas organiser des compétitions, ni de jeunes, ni au club. Tu ne peux pas, parce que par exemple, en Afrique, tout à l'heure, dans l'Assemblée générale, le président de la CAF a mentionné qu'il y a presque 24 fédérations qui jouent à l'extérieur. Comment voulez-vous que l'Afrique se développe si les jeunes, si nos équipes, si nos fédérations n'ont même pas de terrain pour jouer? Donc, ça aussi, c'est notre vue. Inch'Allah, nous sommes en train non seulement développer les infrastructures, aider les fédérations avec la FIFA aussi à avoir leur propre terrain, mais aussi de créer d'autres compétitions de jeunes pour donner nos jeunes plus de compétitions afin de participer aux compétitions continentales I-17, I-20 et I-23. Merci.
My brother Suleiman, thank you so much for the Waberi, for the excellent way that you've answered the questions. You are finished now?
Yes.
You finished? Waberi?
Yes, my question is
Thank
only
you.
for
Thank
youth
you so
football.
much. Thank you. Our brother Seydou.
Merci, Monsieur le Président, de m'avoir accordé de répondre à 2 questions. La question qui m'a été posée concerne les compétitions. Je crois que c'est ça qu'il faut éteindre. Concerne les compétitions, le principe de l'équité et la rotation de nos compétitions à la CAF, ça a été posé par la jeune dame de Global Media, je crois, quelque chose comme ça. Les compétitions de la CAF, depuis une trentaine d'années, la CAF a toujours pris le soin de faire en sorte que le principe d'équité soit respecté. Depuis 2-3 décennies, nos compétitions ont été organisées quasiment dans toutes les régions d'Afrique. Je ne vous dis pas dans tous les pays, mais au moins dans toutes les régions. Pourquoi? D'abord parce que nous avons des compétitions les majeures, la grande compétition, la CAN, qui se déroule tous les 2 ans. Elle se déroule tous les 2 ans, donc il a fallu essayer de faire en sorte que ces compétitions se déroulent un peu partout. Les problématiques que nous rencontrons en général, c'est effectivement le problème de l'équité. Mais je tiens à préciser que le principe de faire en sorte que nos compétitions se déroulent régulièrement et également sur l'ensemble du territoire est un principe qui nous a permis de mieux développer de manière équitable le football dans toutes les régions. Si vous remarquez, une étude a été faite récemment qui tentait à prouver que partout où nous passons, partout où la CAF organise des compétitions, il s'ensuit derrière une espèce d'impulsion, en tout cas un développement du football qui s'améliore. J'ai fait faire des recherches à une certaine époque qui tentaient à prouver que tous les pays qui ont organisé la CAN ces dernières années, 10 ans après, leur football national et international a connu un développement plus fort, plus important. Sous l'impulsion du président Motsepe, l'équipe actuelle et l'exécutif actuel, nous continuons dans cette voie, faire en sorte que ce développement se fasse de manière équitable et à se faire en sorte que ce football puisse se développer dans toutes les régions. Une compétition, en général, ça dope le football d'un pays, automatiquement. Donc, il n'est pas question de changer de méthode. La méthode, c'est de pouvoir continuer dans cette voie, faire en sorte que toutes les régions puissent profiter de nos compétitions. Et c'est valable aussi pour les compétitions de jeunes. Nous avons tout récemment pris la décision d'organiser nos compétitions jeunes plus régulièrement et aussi le fait de les organiser dans plusieurs zones si possible. La deuxième question qui m'a été posée concernait les infrastructures visitées tout récemment par le président de la CAF, le président Motsepe, en compagnie du Premier ministre. Nous l'avons accompagné et nous avons visité le grand stade d'Addis Abeba qui était en finition. Nous avons aussi appris qu'il y avait 8 stades qui étaient en construction dans d'autres villes. La question qui a été posée, c'est de savoir si l'Éthiopie est capable aujourd'hui d'organiser une compétition. Moi, je pense que si le projet de construction de ces stades arrive à leur terme, dans un laps de temps assez court, il me semble tout à fait normal de dire que oui, l'Éthiopie sera peut-être capable de réunir les conditions si elle participe à l'appel d'offres qui sera lancé au moment venu pour la compétition qu'elle souhaite organiser. Mais les infrastructures que nous avons vues hier me semblent sont de bonne facture et sont en tout cas dans les normes recommandées par la CAF et la FIFA. Ouais, merci.
Thank you, my brother Sado, for that excellent response. Madam Canizao, lots of questions on women's football and the excellent work that you're doing, and good progress has been made, but there's still so much more to be done, so much more that can be done. And thanks for the excellent work that you're doing. She's the head of our women's CAF Women's Football Committee.
Merci, Président. Je vais essayer de synthétiser les questions posées sur le football féminin. Mais avant tout, je voudrais attirer l'attention sur l'image que le football féminin donne et représente aujourd'hui. Vous le savez que les femmes ont toujours beaucoup été mises à l'épreuve en ce qui concerne le football, bien sûr. Et aujourd'hui, nous voyons le football féminin d'une manière positive. C'est un travail qui a été fait, bien sûr, avec la CAF, mais il faut dire aussi que sans les moyens qui ont été mis au niveau du football féminin, on n'aurait pas pu y arriver. Nous avons mis en place des compétitions. Comme vous le savez, chaque année, nous avons la Women's Champions League, qui permet donc aux jeunes de s'exprimer sur le gazon. Mais avant tout, il y a aussi le football scolaire qui permet aussi à chaque petite fille de rêver, de pouvoir toucher le ballon et pouvoir s'exprimer aussi et rêver qu'un jour elle puisse devenir une footballeuse professionnelle, ce qui est très important. Vous le savez qu'il y a la CAN féminine toutes les 2 ans et aujourd'hui j'aimerais bien encourager en tout cas toute personne qui puisse nous permettre de développer le football féminin, notamment les sponsors, de nous aider, parce que les résultats se voient. Il suffit de voir la dernière Coupe du Monde, comment l'Afrique a brillé. Et ça, c'est très important. Pour répondre donc à la question, en regardant le résultat qui a été fait il y a 3-4 ans de cela, et le résultat qui a été donné, qu'on a remarqué à la Coupe du Monde, je pense que on peut pas dire plus que ça. Le football féminin aussi s'élargit. On parle aujourd'hui du futsal féminin. Et je pense que là aussi, nous avons encore beaucoup d'opportunités. Nous avons mis aussi l'accent sur les formations, notamment pour les arbitres. C'est très important d'avoir un maximum de femmes qui soient formées dans le cadre, enfin, au niveau du staff, pour encadrer bien sûr les joueuses. Nous avons les mêmes, enfin, peut-être, je ne dirais pas les mêmes difficultés, nous avons plus de difficultés que les hommes, mais aujourd'hui nous avons la chance d'avoir un président qui nous soutient énormément et qui met tous les moyens, et aussi bien financiers que autres, pour faire de sorte que le football féminin progresse. Et la stratégie mise en place aussi par l'équipe de la CAF va dans ce sens-là. Je vous remercie.
Thank you so much. We're going towards closure now. Any quick questions, and then we can go for lunch, and some of my vice presidents have to fly. Oh, my apologies. My apologies for, in fact, I thought I had started with him because he was one of the first questions. Please, our Secretary General.
Thank you very much, President. I want just 2 questions, if I'm not mistaken.
The first one, it was partially responded by the fourth vice president and by the second vice president. Our system of control, how to monitor our money, is clear on that. We have also our internal monitoring system, we have the regulation and the guideline to the member association and zone how to manage the fund provided by CAF. And the committee executive proposed last year, that was approved by the Congress, the new instrument, which is that each member association have to provide to CAF their audited account. This is, I think, one of the first confederation we have it. So the control is, in this side, I think, is okay. Quick one, the second question from the journalist from Tunisia regarding what's happening to me in the press. Listen, CAF president in Rabat, if I'm not mistaken, was April. He said that nobody is above the law. Personne n'est au-dessus de la loi. Il y a des soupçons, il y a des allégations qui posent sur le secrétaire général. C'est normal qu'on enquête pour voir si ce qui est dit est vrai ou pas. On ne peut pas empêcher les gens malhonnêtes pour aller transformer ça à d'autres choses. Mais moi et mon administration, nous sommes sereins. On attend l'enquête que le comité exécutif a demandé à un comité pour qu'il nomme un cabinet indépendant pour venir justement vérifier la véracité de ce qui a été dans ces rapports. Voilà, je ne peux pas faire beaucoup plus de commentaires parce que le processus est en cours, mais en temps voulu, on reviendra vers vous là-dessus. Merci beaucoup. Merci, Président.
Thank you so much. Thanks, Secretary General, and thanks for the leadership you're providing and for the commitment to ethics and governance, which is crucial. Okay. I saw quick hands, yeah? So with your permission, just quick, sorry, you want to say something? I see you're pointing something. Okay. So just quick question so that we can give a quick answer and allow you to go and do the other work.
Sorry, if you want to wait for the microphone, and please, guys, everyone, just one question for everyone, and then we'll be done.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for the opportunity of asking a question. Thinking the distance coming from Sierra Leone, I think, and I'm going to my question. Mr. President, you've been emphasizing on integrity on the game. Now, are you thinking of improving the MRI scan issues? Because there are a lot of issues relating to the MRI scan test in different zonal competition, like the one that is going on with the under-17 competition, like the one that is going on with the under-17 competition presently in Senegal, the zonal competition. Sierra Leone, like my country, was disqualified because of, previously disqualified because of some issues around the MRI test. But when they did another test again, because they appealed, the Secretary General did appeal, and when they did the retest, they were qualified again to take part in the competition. So what are the mechanisms that you're going to put in place in CRBS you ensure this issue stops?
Very good question. Next, quickly. Yes?
Okay, let's take the question.
Varon will answer that one next.
Just behind him. Yeah.
Thank you very much. My name is Jonas from Addis Media Network. My question is only on youth. As you told us, African future football is brilliant. But what we feel is African youth are not as aged. There is age doping in African youth, especially age category tournament. So how do you manage age cheating on youth development?
Yeah, a brilliant question. How do you manage age cheating? I think you answer both questions in the same way. Same question. Question at the back.
Go to the back. Last two questions. Just the gentleman in front of Mamadou. And then the last question will go to the gentleman at the far back.
First of all, thank you for giving me this chance. My name is Masai Tsufe from Bistras Radio and Television. And I have only one question, Mr. President. My question is, on the next 2 years, FIFA World Cup 2026 on United States of America is coming close. So what do you expect from our continent Africa countries on the tournament?
Yeah, well, you said 2026.
Yeah.
is the FIFA Club World Cup in America. Is that what you're talking about?
Just 2025.
Sorry?
I'm talking about 2026 FIFA World Cup. That's 2025 Clubs World Cup.
Yeah, that's the one. No. 20, but is it the Nations Club or
Countries,
because
nations. I'm talking about Nations World Cup.
My vice president here says that I'm in London, the other one says I'm in America. So I just want to make sure that, what are you asking about? Is it because the competition in 2026?
2026, what do you think about the results of our country, our countries,
the
African
FIFA
countries?
The follow-up to Qatar.
Yeah.
Brilliant question. Now, he's been champions of Africa before Cote d'Ivoire, so he'll answer that one. Brilliant question. Next.
And then we take the last question at the back. The gentleman, no, the other gentleman, you've already asked, so the gentleman behind you. There we go. Very last one is at the back. You are my brother.
Thank you so much. My name is Henok Tasfai from SNTV. I have one quick question. With AFCON next year in Morocco falling in the middle of European leagues, has CAF had any resistance from these leagues in Europe to release their players? Thank you.
Brilliant question. Let's ask the gentleman in front. The gentleman in front. Yeah, the last one. You are the last one.
Thank you. My first question is, most of African countries don't have its own standard, CAF standard stadiums. What's your message for them?
CAF standard stadiums?
Yeah.
Okay.
Most of countries play it outside their country. What's your message for them?
Brilliant. It's similar to the message I made earlier. We have to work together to make sure that every single country has a stadium that's at the CAF and FIFA standards. Crucial.
The next question.
They said one question.
Last 3 days, you and your members are in Ethiopia. Most of Ethiopian people have passionated by football, as all of us raised. They have a hope from those CAF members. What you say for them?
I say I love them. There's the question behind was asking about the second last one. What was it about? So just ask the gentleman at the back just to repeat his question. He asked a brilliant question.
Yeah. With the AFCON next year is going to place in Morocco, it's going to fall in the middle of European leagues.
Yeah?
So is there any resistance from these leagues?
Oh, sorry, I remember. Yes. Do we have problems with the clubs? Yeah, brilliant question. And you know, I was at the European Club Association national meeting in Europe a few days ago, and you know, you've got to understand that we want the best African players for our competitions. Crucial. The best teams in the world have got our players. They also want them at the time when we want them. And then you've got the FIFA calendar, and we understand, you know, we want to work together with everybody. But we also have a clear, non-negotiable understanding and a commitment to make sure that when we have our competitions, we've got the best African players available. So, you know, we work together, we argue with Europe, we disagree, and sometimes we disagree very strongly, but I think there's a common understanding. And I must say, you know, the discussions I've had with my counterparts in Europe has been mutually beneficial. Will there be arguments and disagreements? There are always arguments and disagreements. But I can tell you this, there is more respect for African football than ever before. And you know, we are nice and we are polite and we are respectful, but we also know what are the issues that are non-negotiable. Absolutely non-negotiable. and the issues that we will put our foot down and say, on these issues, we're going to fight. Not only on that issue, but on many other issues. So we're making progress. We've got good relationships with all of the people, confederations, club associations. There are issues where there's a conflict. There are issues where you have potential conflict. We try and manage them as best we can and find common ground. Okay, now, there were two questions. We'll start with you, ne? And then we finish with you. And then we go and, I'm told they offered all of you lunch, is that correct?
That's correct, President.
Oh, that's correct. And I hope the lunch is nice, they will enjoy it, because sometimes we offer lunch, not here, but in other organizations, and the people look, no, this one is not nice. So Ethiopian food is beautiful. It is beautiful. Please answer, my brother. I eat Ethiopian food in Washington, D.C., in New York, the best. Mon frère Augusta Senghor.
Merci beaucoup, mon frère Patrice. Et je vais répondre rapidement à la question concernant la Coupe du Monde 2026, je dirais aux Amériques, parce que c'est Mexique, Canada et États-Unis. C'est la première Coupe du Monde à 48 et la première où l'Afrique sera représentée par 9,5, disons, mais on va arrondir à 10 parce que justement, le premier objectif, c'est de pouvoir vraiment optimiser nos chances en allant chercher cette autre moitié qui nous permettra d'avoir 10, c'est-à-dire qualifier 9 pays et pour les barrages, aller nous confronter aux autres confédérations pour prendre ce ticket-là. Et je pense que c'est un tournant important que cette mesure qui a été introduite par la FIFA d'augmenter le nombre d'équipes, particulièrement pour l'Afrique. On le sait, pendant très longtemps, nous les Africains, on avait déploré que pour 54 nations, nous n'ayons que 5 représentants, ce qui diminuait d'autant nos chances d'arriver au bout. Il ne faut pas se tromper, quelque part aussi, le football n'est pas loin des règles de probabilité mathématiques. Quand un continent a 13 pays qui participent, il a plus de chances d'aller au bout, et quand c'est 5, c'est plus compliqué. Aujourd'hui, nous avons 10 et nous devons faire de cette opportunité-là une bonne occasion de pouvoir atteindre l'objectif. Je pense que tout à l'heure, le président Patrice Motsepe disait à nos amis éthiopiens qu'au-delà de gagner une CAN, ils doivent viser une Coupe du Monde. C'est devenu possible parce que nous avons plus de places, il y a plus d'équipes qui sont capables de se qualifier et surtout, dès les éliminatoires, nous ne serons plus obligés de nous passer de nos meilleures nations, ce qui augmentera nos chances. Après, derrière, je pense que c'est une nouvelle compétition qui commence, qui sera différente des autres. Il s'agira donc sous la guidance du président et du comité exécutif d'accompagner ces pays-là, leur donner les moyens nécessaires en plan organisationnel, logistique et autres, pour qu'ils puissent performer et pourquoi pas qu'on puisse, dans le sillage du Maroc qui nous a fait le bonheur d'atteindre lors de la dernière édition la demi-finale de la Coupe du Monde, qu'on puisse viser une finale et pourquoi pas, nous devons en avoir l'ambition et je pense que le président Patrice Motsepe, depuis qu'il est là, son leadership est basé sur ce nouveau rayonnement du football africain. Cela passe bien entendu par le respect que nous gagnons dans nos organisations. On a vu les CAN, comment elles sont suivies maintenant de par le monde. Dans une meilleure organisation, le secrétaire général en a parlé, mais aussi en sport, ce qui fait encore rayonner davantage, c'est les résultats. Et aujourd'hui, il est temps que, ayant été renforcé en termes de nombre, l'Afrique puisse aussi rayonner au niveau mondial en faisant des résultats probants et en rapportant pour la première fois le trophée continental. C'est mondial, je voudrais dire, et c'est dans nos cordes. Nous avons une dizaine de nations qui sont capables aujourd'hui de bousculer les meilleures équipes dans le monde, à commencer bien entendu par le Maroc qui était en demi-finale, mais aussi toutes les autres équipes classées sur le plan africain du ranking FIFA, du numéro 1 jusqu'au numéro 10, peuvent aujourd'hui, à mon avis, avec une bonne préparation, battre n'importe quelle équipe. Voilà la réponse que nous pouvons donner à ce stade. Merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup, mon frère Senghor. Thank you so much. Veron, we keep the best for last, is that right? Or the last for best? The best for last. Who died? Huh? The Algerian? Yeah. Write his name down. He was a former. Just our brothers from Algeria. What is the gentleman's name from Algeria? You know him? Nadim. Yeah, we noticed that I was just being reminded that we have just been given the information that one of the former referees, president of the Federation of Referees, the whole federation. You knew him. You knew him, okay. So the former president of the federation, Belaid Lakan. Okay, so please pass our condolences and our condolences to his family. We just heard about it now. He should have been on the list of people that we express our condolences to. And we are in this difficult time with the Football Federation of Algeria, and thank his family and the people of Algeria for giving Algerian football, but also world football, a leader like himself. We pass our condolences, and he will always have a special place in our hearts. Thank you so much. Merci beaucoup. Will you? This is the last comment now.
Oui, merci beaucoup, Monsieur le Président. Ça, c'est des questions très difficiles. This is a very difficult area in football, more than the doping. You talk about the X-ray control. Last year, or the year before, if I'm not mistaken, the rule was that if there are one positive control in X-ray, all the team is disqualified. And the executive committee decided to bring this number to 4. We are 4 members, your team is disqualified. That's the rule that was introduced also. When one test in one lab positive, we have to find another lab to make a counter expertise. This is the rule. I know what is happening in Senegal now. There are many teams. We are also Guinea-Conakry. We have about 10 players. So we will allow them to make another test in order to make sure that the test that was taken in other lab confirmed or not confirmed for another one. Regarding the cheating of the age limit, this is a big cancer in our continent. The President Motsepe, when he created African school football, I think it was to educate our kids. That is true. But in this way, we will fight, we will mitigate this problem of the age limit, because all the school kids, boys and girls we're playing, they are registered. So we have this age at the beginning, if I can say that. We have this earlier, so this will continue with them even when we'll play in the professional football. So this is one of the tools we are putting our hope to fight this player of cheating of age. This also, we educate also our member associations, because you know, one coach it was for the Finland, he told me years ago, he said that when I bring my kids under 15 to play, I don't want them to win. I count how many kilometers you make after the game, because you want them to play. The result in this age is not important. So this is a very difficult area, but we think that with the system we have, 5-10 years, we get there. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We are so grateful the media conference has come. Thanks, Lux. Thanks, the CAF staff. Thanks to the vice presidents, and thanks to everybody for being here. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.